House will come to order.
The 2022 legislative session got underway Monday, and during the opening House floor session, the first bills of the year were introduced, and several members rose to honor 7 former representatives who have died since the last session. Governor Tim Walz and legislative leaders spoke about a potential bonding proposal on Wednesday during the annual Forum News Services legislative session briefing. Each person also weighed in on how the bonding process may work this year.
We do have to get a bill through the House. I'm confident that House DFLers will, here's how it's going to work. The House DFL is going to roll out a bill. We'll do it according to committee deadlines. It'll go through a process. We'll bring it to the floor. We'll have just enough Republican projects in it to be tempting. Representative Dowd will seek to defeat the bill on the floor. It will go down. That will start the real negotiations. The Senate will try to hold back its cards as long as possible and will be at an end of session scramble to put together a bonding bill in a closed room. That is usually how it works.
And in the past, he's not necessarily wrong, but his caucus is leading the House chamber right now, and they have the power to change that. Let's put people at a table and let's talk. Let's figure out what makes sense. My caucus, I've been very vocal this year so far about our openness to a bonding bill, about that bill being, probably about the size of the biggest one we've ever done in history. If there's a way that you can make me look unreasonable, you'll have to stretch to do it, because I've been pretty vocal about the fact that we're open to that.
The House Public Safety and Criminal Justice Reform Finance and Policy Committee spent most of the week outlining and discussing House File 2724. The House DFL's $100 million public safety proposal. Representative Cedric Frazier sponsors the proposal that would, in part, provide community safety and law enforcement grants, as well as establish an Office of Public Safety Innovation.
Over this week, we will talk about how we can address this national crime wave impacting Minnesota by passing a Public Safety Innovation Package, a toolkit for cops and communities that invest $100 million in increasing law enforcement partnerships, increasing law enforcement capacity by providing funding for more effective law enforcement, and increasing community confidence, which translates into increased community crime reporting.
Representative Brian Johnson, the committee's Republican lead, shared his concern that some of the proposed policies may lead to less people going into law enforcement.
This is a very difficult issue. For those of you who don't know, we're down between over 800 to close to 1,000 officers in the state right now. We don't have that many in the pipeline to fill those positions. Unfortunately, the attacks on law enforcement for the last 3 years has made our colleges' enrollment into the law enforcement field, it's down about 27%. And that's not it. I don't believe that's this year's numbers. That's prior to this year.
The House passed the first bill out of the chamber Thursday. Sponsored by Representative Dan Wolgamott and Senator Jeff Howe, the proposal would continue the presumption that eligible workers who test positive for COVID-19 contracted the virus during employment.
The workers covered under this presumption include peace and police officers, firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, nurses and healthcare workers, corrections officers, home care and long-term care workers, and child care workers. If any of these workers test positive for COVID, it's presumed they got it at work and they're eligible to receive workers' compensation benefits.
House File 1203, as amended by the Senate, passed 124-8 and was sent to Governor Walz for his signature. For more nonpartisan coverage of the Minnesota House of Representatives, check out our Session Daily work on the House website at house.mn/sessiondaily.